This is At Home with the Fishers, starring Nicola and Chris Fisher.
RPT.
With Bigfoot Woodcraft, and this is episode 20.
We're getting through them fast, aren't we? 20 already.
Getting through them. So let's say hello to Wayne Gilbert, Bigfoot Woodcraft.
Afternoon, Wayne.
Good afternoon. So we're actually recording this because we're at a demo on Monday. So this is a pre-recorded episode. And we're actually recording this on Thursday afternoon.
So I can say what I want and Nicola can edit it out. Oh, bugger.
I'm not editing it.
Oh, bugger.
So how are you doing?
I'm fine. Just getting on with life like everybody else.
Yeah. Good. So tell us a bit about what you make and, your sort of making career.
Well, I mean, what you call it? I taught myself to make most things because I grew up not having a dad, uncles, or grandparents, and so I pretty much fended for myself. I've got 3 brothers and a mum, and what you call it? I did. I remember when I was about 7, with a lot of poverty. My mum bought me a little plastic drill. What drill through polystyrene, and that's all it drilled through, and that was great. I had that for a few years, and like I say, I've always been interested, but never had it. Not having grandparents, anything. I've never had any tools. When I was about 13, I remember I used to repair overs for my mum and a couple of her friends, and I must have been the first person who designed the lightweight over. Because these overs worked afterwards, but they had that many pieces left over after. They would have been a lot lighter. Yeah. And my working life, I've gone through some sort of construction. Like I used to put sheds up, used to be a scaffolder, put concrete garages up for years, and it's the bad back. Been a concreter. So I've done more of that, and as I've started progressing through life, I've started doing stuff myself at home. I've always done DIY. I started building stuff, planters. I built a beautiful summer house out of pallet wood. You won't believe it, we're out of pallet wood.
I like the sound of that. I love the sound of that.
I'll have to send you some pictures. It's you definitely won't believe it's pallet wood. That's it. I built.
Oh, can I just cut in there, Wayne? So obviously the main structure, and Nicola can describe it, but obviously I'm just trying to get my mental imagery going. So the main construction is pallets, and then do you clad it with something? And
no, it's. I mean, I'm lucky in the respect that the firm I work for let me take any pallets I want, so I can have choice of good pallets. We had a considerable amount of pallets what were coming, had 4x4s across the bottom, 10 foot long. So obviously that's my structure. The pallets, the 1-inch thick timbers, and I had to. It took me 2 or 3 days to tongue and groove every board, so all links in together. That is on the outside. The inside, with it being 1-inch thick, I've never insulated other than the back wall. The back wall I had to insulate because that's where the main weather gets to, and that was just pallet wood on outside, pallet wood on inside, and I filled it up with a lot of polystyrene pieces, little things like you get in packaging, and that supported that wall, and quite frankly, it's more than warm enough in summer and winter. I mean, all bar the coldest winters, you can't stay out there. I've put caravan style seating. I bought second-hand caravan seats. I made the seating out of pallet wood and put the cushions on. I've got a fridge in there. It's actually 10 foot by 8, so whenever we can, we spend a bit of time out there in summer.
Yeah,
it's quite nice. I put a fridge in there, but what you call it, and that's in a little work surface and full electricity. That's how we spend more summer and evenings out there when it's pleasant.
Yeah,
it's quite nice. And that's it. Just the only wood I actually bought was I bought a couple of pieces of 4x2 for the central ridge bar because it's I wanted some solid wood what I could what you call it, so that the roof was supported more than it would be with smaller pieces of wood. And it's a pleasant place to spend an evening. I mean, with some. Pardon?
It sounds amazing. It sounds even, if it was a really, really hot, stuffy night, you could, I suppose, even sleep in there to be a bit cooler if the night was.
We've actually slept out there when I first made it, and it's quite pleasant. It's just that you got to traipse back into the house to go to the toilets.
I'd have built a little sort of like enclosure. A little enclosure for a chemical toilet. But
yeah, well, I was tempted, but Boris said no. You get all fragrance and all flowers in the garden, and you can hear all bird song and that lot. And we'll sit down there and we'll watch YouTube or something, or so I can get internet down there. It's functional, but it's enjoyable. It's better than sitting in the house.
So let me ask you, why do you make things then?
Because if I didn't, I'd be divorced. And my wife could not cope with me not doing nothing. I am paying it backside. I'll pace, I'll do something, I'll start pulling things apart. And I'm like one of these old zoo animals in old concrete zoos where they just pace backwards and forwards constantly, nothing to do. It's I mean, if I'm ill and I can't go out and do anything, I'm flicking TV channels, I'm getting bored, and I would definitely be divorced. Definitely. As well as that, I feel compelled to be busy in a constructive way. I love reading. I do and stuff like that, but it's just this idea of being compulsed to be actually doing something more intricate and more hands-on. What you call it? Like I say, I make smaller things these days because of serious back problems. These days, if it doesn't fit through a workshop door, it doesn't get made. So the big structures are finished with. My last big structure was my lathe workshop. That's 10 foot by 7, and I made that too. I actually started off making somewhere just to house my extraction system, so that I could vent it through into a big workshop, so I didn't have noise. And instead, it just grew, and I ended up making a 10 by 7 where I've got 2 small midi lathes and cross-cut sewing extraction with bands. So there's not much you might have to breathe in, but it's what you call it. It's more than functional.
Yeah, it's cold.
So what sort of things are you making?
It's very weird. I mean, I do flatwood and I do lathe work. And sometimes I'll go out to the workshop and all intentions of doing lathe work, and I get out there, I fancy doing that. And so I could change my mind halfway down Garden Park. And I do like doing both. Like I say, it just depends. The lathe work, it's something I've always fancied doing, but I always thought self-teaching is something what's not possible. And then I discovered YouTube and Mark Walt. I started watching Mark Walt and Martin Saban-Smith, and that was it. I was hooked on what they were doing. I mean, I've nowhere near achieved their levels. Yes, I can get it round. And I can get it round, and I don't put holes in the bottom of them too often. But I can, what you call it, and I can make what I feel is nice stuff. But like I say, it's not the stuff what some of the other guys do. But then again, I enjoy it, so I'm not bothered.
It's like the process, I think, as well. When you're doing something creative, it's nice to have something at the end of it, but I think it's also about the process as much as the end result.
Oh yeah, I mean, my first love is make some out of old stuff, out of rubbish. I mean, I make quite a few things out of pallet wood and plywood. Still, even at lathe, I'll do that. You got to be selective with your pallet wood. It's quite frankly rubbish. But occasionally we get hardwood pallets and I'll make things out of that. Or most of our pallets come straight from Russia, so they're not got too dirty or anything. So it's not too bad. But like I say, it's my first love is probably making stuff out of rubbish. I literally make rubbish out of rubbish, me. But no, it's what you call it. It is. Like I say, it's that journey. I like that journey from the start to the end finish. If I go down in my workshop now, I've got a few plywood glue-ups, and no idea what I'm going to make of them. I just felt one day just making a few glue-ups, and glued them up, and then one day I'll just pick them up and chuck them on whatever I'm going to use with them. It generally probably be the lathe, and just go with flow. I tend to go with flow. I don't like being asked to make something. I like to do just what I do. I'm selfish. I'm pretty selfish. I just want to do what I want to do.
Well, it's for your pleasure, isn't it? And it's in your spare time, so it's no reason not to just do what you fancy.
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously, if Valerie, what you call it, wants something, I'll make something, and she allows me all this spare time. Especially with Valerie being disabled, obviously, I've got to spend time looking after Valerie as well, and so it's. I mean, some days Valerie's really, really bad. Occasionally, she's managed to actually do some turning. She made a Christmas tree over there, small one, about 3 inches long. Took her 6.5 hours because her hands don't work like everybody else's. The anti-cancer drugs caused serious issues. She's disabled for an accident 20 odd years ago, and so she can do things, but after few minutes her hands stop working and she can't grip anything, but she will go again and try again. My lathes are probably a little bit too high because my lathes are pretty high up because of my back. I can't function with a lathe proper size. I've got to have it pretty high up, that way I don't have to lean more, and I do what's comfortable for me. But like I say, I just do what I want to do. I'm selfish.
Not wrong with that.
No, definitely not. So, how involved are you with the maker community?
Not really. To be honest with you, I never even knew there were a community until Maker Central. I watch all these things on YouTube, and I hear people speak about other people, and occasionally I dipped into other people's and watch them. That's how I discovered Blind Woodturner channel, and I've discovered quite a few. It's very cool. That's it. I mean, I've discovered quite a few actually through your podcast itself, because Wayne the Woodturner, I've seen him come up on my YouTube, but up to watching him on your show, I've never actually seen his stuff because there's only so much you can watch. And I thought, well, interesting, I'll subscribe to that. And now I think Wayne's stuff is just fantastic.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. It's he's even got a fantastic name.
What, Clasper?
Well, also, whilst we're talking about Wayne the Woodturner, he was doing a live. I think it was after our podcast on a Monday, but he's now changing to Wednesday. So I just thought I'd mention that as well. So
I watched them. Obviously, I can watch one every 2 weeks because of my shifts.
Yeah.
But I just do a catch up for the next day.
Yeah.
I don't miss any. I just I don't. So I pretty much gave up with television. I think if I were going to spend an evening watching TV, it ends up being something like 5 hours YouTube and 20 minutes flicking through channels and finding go back to YouTube.
Yeah. I think more and more people are doing that. I mean,
we do.
We don't watch television. We watch Netflix
YouTube. On YouTube.
Yeah.
We can. You sort of like you're tailoring what you watch to your own likes.
Yeah.
You're not being force fed crap.
Well, that's it. It's only when I fall asleep and I've got remote control and Valerie ends up watching continuation of things and she gets rather bored after a bit. And she'll say, we've seen that. I can't remember seeing it. oh no, you fell asleep again.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. Well, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what has the maker community given you? How do you feel that being
a sense of belonging?
Yeah.
It's a sense of belonging, a sense of being. Because for years I've just worked on my own and done little things, and I never mention much about what I do to people because they'll just tend to roll their eyes, and it's what you call. And then there's all these people who are like-minded and enthusiastic.
Yeah,
really enthusiastic with it. We popped down to see some guys who we met through Instagram, Spirit and Bear. They do some great stuff. I mean, they're only an hour from me, so the other Sunday we popped down and see them, went out for a meal, and we had a great afternoon. And I say it's this sense of being, sense of belonging, that I'm not just one man in my shed doing things. There's thousands of people in the shed doing these things up and down country. So it's what you call. So yeah, to me, it's been a sense of belonging, a sense of being. It's I think it's it makes me feel wanted.
Well, that's wonderful. You feel wanted, and you can bounce ideas off all your new friends. And if you've got a problem and you're trying to work out a problem and you're hitting a wall, you've got people you can ask now. And like you say, you've been and met some of them and had a great afternoon and a great meal. It really has brought a new dimension to your life. And it's really great to have friends that, like you say, are like-minded. They know what you're talking about. You know what they're talking about. All these people that you can talk to and they go, oh, that's boring. You don't get that. You genuinely have great friends who are interested in what you are all about. And it has, it's improved our lives massively. And it's apparent that it's done the same to you and the missus. So it can only be a good thing, that.
Oh yeah, I mean, Valerie is very, very supportive of me, and because Valerie would be a maker herself if it weren't for this hand problem. Because she used to bake, she used to make cards. She's always one of these people who's been good at everything she does with her hands and that lot. But sadly, she can't do things these days. But she's very supportive, and she'll always try, because for all hands are a problem, she keeps working them just to keep them moving. Otherwise, like I said, like every muscle, it starts easing up. I think one of the most important to me is the support of my wife. I won't say the support of my family, because my kids are two of those people who roll their eyes. They got no interest. My youngest is 33, and he once asked me to make him a tool shed, so I made him a tool shed. I made him a concrete tool shed. And it was 6 foot by 4 foot, wooden door, and all we heard were bang, 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 bang. So enjoying him and his friends. And I went and opened the door, and all they'd done is nailed about 2 kilos of nails through the door from the outside. And you opened the door, it was like an Iron Maiden. Yeah. Going inside, you was nailed. And I didn't know where to take nails out. I just wait door in for scrap.
So what had he banged out nails through for? To hang stuff off?
No, just for elevating with his friend. They were only about 9 years old. So, so we just did that. Just like I said, he's just knocking nails in. I think it was because I didn't give him any wood. I mean, he's gone on to be. I mean, my youngest lad, he's quite a good musician himself. He plays guitar and sings quite well. He's also a very, very good magician. He's been off good work for it, doing it, but he's got no interest whatsoever in doing it commercially. He just likes. He's like me. He just likes to. People to enjoy what he does.
Yeah.
He's got no impression, no intention of doing it commercially. He was really, really good. He's done a few things for charities like breast cancer and stuff like that. He's done a few things for that. But that's saying to me, he's a maker himself. He makes music. He makes, like I say, he's a magician who makes people happy, which is another version.
Yeah.
Nah, but like I say, other than following me that woodwork, no chance. No chance. My oldest is an accountant, so you see, you understand how well he probably is with his hands. What
sort of things do you love to make?
Whatever I've got in my head on that day. Like, I've been making a few things because the kitchen I've got here. I mean, it took me 6 weeks to put in, so I ended up ripping roof out, ripping ceiling out, ripping out door jambs out, rechanging everything, and trying to do it on top of doing 60 hours a week work, 50 hours a week. I mean, looking after Valerie, it took me a long time. So, past few times I've been making quite a few little things for kitchen. At the moment, I've just been making a lot of charcuterie boards or cheese boards. It's call them cheese board. Nobody wants them. Put charcuterie on it. Everybody wants them. Same board, just different spelling. Like I say, I mean, but I do like. I've sometimes quick phase of making pens. I've just made quite a few pens, and he's what you call it. Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
A nice pen.
I got a bit stale with pens until I discovered the Zeta pens from Taylor's Murphy.
I love these.
They're really good.
This is a really lovely pen.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's
really
a
lovely.
Lovely little pen that way, and it's
it's here and it's on my desk.
Oh, wonderful.
It's sat there.
I mean, I do make things to sell because it's how I pay for my hobby. I mean, if I just wish I could just make and just give everything away. Sadly, I can't. I have to make things to pay for tools and that. I've got some cracking tools, and I paid for them all via, well, all the recent ones, should I say. So I've always got tools. I paid for them via selling stuff. I did put a swear box in workshop once to start affording tools, but I managed to buy my house with that money instead. A lot of swearing going off, I can assure you.
Gordon Ramsay. You are the Gordon Ramsay. You have
I only swear at myself, never at other people. I do like to revisit things what have gone wrong as well. Some of my best work is revisiting damaged things. I mean, I've made a lovely lacewood pot. What I went straight through the bottom, and I mixed some milliput and repaired it and returned it, and now it's just a little pot with a ceramic base inside. And that I'm quite pleased with that. That one of the first things I did when I was turning. So it's not the best of quality, but I'm quite pleased with it. It's really dainty little thing.
Yeah.
I say I just as for enjoy making, I just like making. I mean, it don't make a difference.
As a turner, and it's part of the same question. What do you like to turn the most? Or what gives you the most pleasure on the lathe?
I've what you call it. I think I've been started getting more into doing bowls and that at the moment, but what you call it? I think it's probably bowls at the moment because I'm just discovering them. But Mark Walt did a beautiful goblet the other day, absolutely stunning at Spottle Beach, and I thought I'm gonna have to get a piece of that and have a go. I've never done a goblet. My hands are a bit big and I tend to break things easily. So I'm thinking, it's going to be a goblet with widest stem you've ever seen. It's going to be like a vase. I do tend to break things. When I was a scaffolder, I used to get that much overtime because once I tightened things up, nobody else could undo them. A bit heavy-handed, but it's what you call it. Like I say, I think at the moment it's bowls, but I want to get on there. I've got some Spalted Beach where I got.
Yeah, you should make a goblet. They're a lot of fun to make, and I think you paying yourself an injustice there. You'll be surprised how nice you'll get your stem. And you don't have to do these super long and thin ones. Just do a nice stem. Just put a bead on it. You don't have to. It's entirely up to, like you say. It's your workshop. Whatever pops to your head, but I think gets it more delicate than you think.
I do like to go with flow. I mean, I've got this. I love wood. It's what you call it, the patination of wood, and I don't even like using varnish over stuff, lacquer over wood. It makes it feel wrong. So I've never had an interest in paint, and then I saw Martin Seven-Smith's stuff, fantastic, and then later still the stuff what Wayne's been doing is just fantastic. I'm not sure I'm willing to take that leap of actually painting over wood. I'll probably start with pallet wood, what's boring, and cover that if I do take that leap.
I always say to Chris, if he's got a really nice piece of wood, you won't want to colour it, because that piece you did this week, that's really nice on the bottom. And it would be a great shame to paint it. But if you've got something like sycamore or something that's
sycamore, quite what you call a bland, a relatively bland wood, you'll get away with it. But not even Martin, I don't think would want to bugger up a beautiful burl or something that's highly figured. It's got a beautiful grain in that. It's lovely figuring. I just do a simple bowl or whatever. Having said that, that piece of elm that I turned yesterday, I've done what I've called a raised platter, and I've done the rim with Chestnut's new metallic paints, and Nicola said it looks amazing.
Oh, great! It's it's what you call it. I do like that wood look. I mean, that's why I like to mix pallet wood and plywood on bowls and that, because it gives you that contrast out of a boring pallet wood. It does give you that lovely contrast. And it's what you call it. But the thing is, I assume you'll notice this more as well. You can make it quite tactile, however you want it. By putting different grooves and V's and whatever, and it's and that's what I like to do. I like to go with flow. I have just purchased a full set of Robert Sobeys chisels. It took me 2 days into the month, and I spent my entire budget because I bought when I got my first lathe. All my lathes have been second hand, and I advise anybody who's going to start turning, go and get a second-hand one. Don't throw your money in first and see if you like it. You can always sell it for the same money as what you've just bought it for. All I did, and I must admit, I've been a bit naughty. I bought second-hand, sold it for the same money, but took the chucks and stuff like that. And I had cheap lathe tools, and I won't enjoy using them. So valued some carbide, and I enjoyed them. And I ended up with some Robert Sobeys mini ones somebody gave me. I enjoyed using them, so I've gone out and bought a full set of Robert Sobeys. And Robert Sobeys a Sheffield brand, same as me, so it can't be that bad. So I've got a lot of practice to do with those. I think that might be pallet wood practice.
Yeah.
Like I say, I've got a lot of practice to do. But that's enjoyable. You can still make lovely things practicing.
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just go down my workshop and just think I could go down my workshop knowing full well what I'm going to make, and as soon as I walk in there, I thought I'm going to do that instead, stuff that, and it's what you call it, and that's what I enjoy. Like I say, myself is just do what I want. I think Valerie gets fed up sometimes, and I think prototypes we call them, because I do a prototype. That next one's always better, but I end up selling that.
Well, I get all the prototypes.
But then again, wouldn't we all love a prototype E-type Jag or a prototype? So that's why I keep trying to convince her. If you've got all expensive, you'd love to that first one, you'd love that prototype. And I was not quite fully convinced yet.
Yeah, whenever I try something new, like the Nicola bowl that I do and things like that, I try to let Nicola have the first one, and then because it's taken me
a lot of the stuff's up, man.
It's taken me quite a while to get the mental imagery and the process right for it. So it's always nice to give the first one to Nicola because it's taken so much mental work to do it. But yeah, we do that all the time. Yeah, the prototype stays here.
I've got some because my prototypes are decent. Cause if they're not, they just get put on rework pile. And something else comes out of them. I mean, sometimes I'm the person who could get off a tree, put it on lathe, and end up with an egg cup because I have to keep reworking it. I've actually got 4 cherry trees in my garden what I've got to chop down. Well, they're already chopped down, but I've got to chop up. My neighbours were giving them away when he moved in house, and so I will have lots and lots of cherry wood. I did make a lot and waxed all ends and like an idiot, I put them over a plastic cover, put them under a plastic cover so it was raining, and then left them for 3-4 weeks last year, and yeah, I got a lot of split wood. But again, split wood, I'll do something with it. Even if I end up making 20,000 cherry wood pens, it'll not be wasted.
Yeah.
I'll do something with it.
That's good. So tell us something that the maker community doesn't know about you.
The maker community, a lot of the maker community don't know me from Adam anyway, but one of the things they don't know is they don't know I'm tall, dark and handsome. I've been married 37 years. I've been married 37 years, and even Valerie don't know that. She just thinks I'm short and ugly. It's what you call it. I ran a reptile rescue for quite a few years.
Wow.
It's that were another hobby what got out of hand. I stopped doing it when it was just cost prohibitive. It would cost me thousands every year. I looked after Manchester Museum's live animal collection for about 2 or 3 years.
Wow.
The lizards and snakes and that. I looked after quite a few of those. I used to go around schools lecturing, and I used to do a lot of museums, put big displays on and that lot, and just go around schools doing rainforest lectures, and used to take 12, 13-foot paraffin in and 4-foot Boss monitor, what actually belonged to Manchester Museum, but spiky or gold, lovely thing. Spiders and children, I used to allow them to handle everything but the spiders and the scorpions, everything else. I mean, even the big python, she was so gentle, and kids used to love it. I mean, you could sit in front of an entire school, 300 children at one side in one sitting, talking to them, and it was great. I'd say we're an enjoyable time, but then Valerie had the accident when I was going around schools and that lot, so I had to stop work. And she had an accident at work, what put her in a wheelchair. She's not permanent wheelchair. She walks out. She can walk more journeys, but working any further than 10, 15 yards, it has to be wheelchair. I mean, which obviously gives us its own problems, like Maker Central could be a problem with wheelchair, but everything was pretty. That's why we got to your show early, Chris, because make sure Valerie gets to the front.
Yeah.
If anybody knocks Valerie's bad foot, we have to turn home, come home, because that is it. Just absolutely. She'd love to have seen the forging, but there were that many people getting there with this worry about getting knocked. And but like I say, we were in it quite a few years, and I haven't got any reptiles, anything left. Last one died about, I think it was last year, and it were like I say, it petered out because I couldn't give any more time to them too much because of other commitments and house space, because if Valerie's disability gets any worse, we can't. I can't have these things in the house because they take up room what's maybe needed for other things to help Valerie along. And it's what you call it. It was an enjoyable time, but like I say, it was a lot of money. A lot just cost me. People used to try and dump animals on me just to take them to the vets and have them back after they'd been at vets. we had a great vet, so we used to just charge me for the medication. But occasionally I'd gone to that vets and helped them when they've got a 10-foot paraffin and even owners are terrified of it. I'd go in and help them, give them injections, and the one we had used to have regular injections, and I come quite a dab hand of giving snakes injections, even though I'm terrified of needles. You come with me with machete, axle, anything, hatchet, but don't come to me with a needle. I'm a big killer when it comes to that.
Fascinating, all that stuff that you've done and all those animals that you've looked after. You must have some real expertise.
Oh, yeah. I think an expert is just somebody who knows more than the next person, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, that's true. But that's really impressive, though. And
I wasn't expecting that, I must admit.
No.
Tell us something about yourself, flipping heck. All that knowledge and helping schools and being involved with vets and museums. That's a great story. That really is.
I mean, I love children. I just love going out schools. I mean, the only problem is when you're at supermarket and some little kid runs up to you don't know from Adam. Hello, Wayne. Hello, Mr. Gilbert. The parents are giving you funny looks, and the little kid just, and then this kid says, Mr. Gilbert showed me a snake. No, it's what you call it. But I used to have a lot of children and come to run up to in our house. Come Halloween, it was like a beacon for every child in Sheffield. Was knocking on our door, and everybody knew me. But no, it was enjoyable. I mean, kids are just fantastic. When I was doing that sort of thing, I got offered to be sponsored to become a teacher. Not bothered. I had all the best bits of being a teacher, and none of the rubbish. I think this what Steve Twilio's going to do at the moment, makers the creative bus. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Great. I mean, it's not something I want to do these days because I want to do my hobby. I don't want to make it any more than a hobby. And Sophie, make it Sophie. She's doing fantastic. You've got her on in a few weeks.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, it's what you call it. I think great. I mean, Make Essential against fantastic children. That's it. I just love kids, and more kids can get involved in anything, no matter whether it's woodwork, metalwork, or just doing, or just learning a board game or learning an outdoor sport. I think it's just fantastic because kids are quite enthusiastic about anything. They're going to do what's more than the norm. They don't always want to sit in front of a TV or play on a computer. I love doing things. My next door neighbour's children, they're forever out playing. It's great to watch them. And the minute I walk out, they're shouting at me and waving to me. And like I say, it's there. Like I say, kids are just enthusiastic about everything. This is why I think what Steve's doing is just great. It's just fantastic. It's like I say, I just hope I hope it works well for him. I really do. It's just great. In fact, to be honest with you, I'd love to see his Make Essential in a few years and see him turn up at Maker Boats. I think that'll be icing on cake. That, I mean, it really would be great. And I've probably just sown a seed in his head now.
No, that's entirely possible.
Yeah, it's like I say, it's what you call it. Unless he stopped at Borden after Brexit. But no, it's what you call it. It's not I say my own children weren't interested, but that's up to them. One thing I really, really want to do is make my son a guitar. It'll probably be totally unplayable, but I want to make him one. Out of plywood. Yeah. The cross gainer plywood. I really want to do that. I've just got to get a lot of things out of my way first. What I've got, I think, like most makers, we've got 10,000 projects in your head, and you get another one in, and another one falls out over side your head. But the guitar I really want to do. Buying these all the hardware for the guitar is a bit cost prohibitive. So what I thought about doing is just buy a second-hand one, and just strip that and use that and so it's never going to sound fantastic if I made it. I mean, I'm not Tim Sway. I'm not going to be able to do anything like that, but it will.
Well, you don't know. You just don't know. You made parts for a ukulele.
Yeah. I was commissioned. Well, the videos on YouTube, my channel, but it was a banjo.
And your drumsticks.
Drumsticks. And
market here.
So the drumsticks for Jay Osmond, and the banjo body was for what was it, Brett?
No.
Bryn.
Yeah,
Bryn. Yeah. So, and he once he'd finished making it, he brought it round and gave us a little tune. Yeah. So if I can do that, you can build a flipping guitar.
Yeah. Well. To be clean, but I'll do it. I mean, I'll just what you call it. It's just I want to clear everything and tidy your workshop and just solely work on that for a bit. The trouble is with me with the workshop is, and other people are probably saying, I will clear my workshop, clear the bench. I will do a job, use probably an hammer, screwdriver, a chisel, say just that, and I turn around. And it's 500 tools on my bench, and I think I ain't used all of them. But I'm the messiest worker on this planet. I really am the messiest worker on this planet. Yeah, I mean, it's I mean, I've been
told some pretty messy workers, so you're in good company.
I'll tell you what I've actually done now, Chris. I've actually put these magnetic tool holders, these strips, over every machine now.
Yeah,
near every machine. So when I'm working on my lathe, I've got one there to the right of me where I just put the tool I'm not currently using on. Instead of on the bench and digging it out, I have thrown that many pen bushings away because they've ended up in sawdust, because I've took them off and dropped them and left them and chucked them to one side and forgot about them. That's it. I've put these magnetic tool holders everywhere, so I'll just reach out and put it onto my right hand side and stick it there, and when I next need to go back to that, I just turn around and sometimes it's there, and I've got to condition myself first. But occasionally it's where I'm supposed to put it.
No, they're really handy. I've got a few in the workshop of the magnetic strips for bits and bobs. And what's handy as well, the mechanics magnetic trays, little dishes.
Yeah, I've got a few of them and all on top of
it. And I've even got a magnetic wristband.
Yeah.
So, if I'm sort of like, let's say I was putting up a shelf, I can put the screws on this magnetic wristband, and then fumbling around in pockets and things like that, they're there. So they're very handy for lots of reasons. But
I have got the trays on top of me drill and stuff like that, and one on end of my lathe now, so I could just chuck pen bushings in there, and it's what you call it, little drill bits and that lot. I have got two little drawers in my workshop, and it's good. They have got, when I've tidied up, they've got about 20 tape measures in. And when them drawers are empty, I then start going around looking for tape measures. That's how bad I am. It's tape measures everywhere. And so once my drawers are empty, I'll go around and start looking and start filling them up again. I used to actually have to bear tape measure everywhere I went. Anybody buys this house off me, they're just going to find screwdrivers and tape measure everywhere. Now I'm messy. Another thing making community don't know about me, they don't know I've got actually small feet. I'm only joking. I'm only joking.
So Wayne, where can people find you?
Instagram is the only thing. So I did open a Facebook page, but I've not put out anything. I've got my own personal Facebook, and I'm trying to keep them separate. My personal Facebook and my Instagram. I'm trying to keep my Instagram just as artist based, as in woodwork or a friend that does other things, and I try and keep it that way so I can, because I do put things on my own personal Facebook page to show off people, but I don't want to bore them with everything. I don't want to bore them with everything, and I keep my let's say my Instagram. It's just Wayne at Bigfoot Woodcraft. Instagram. It's or is it just Bigfoot Woodcraft? I can't remember now.
It's Wayne Bigfoot Woodcraft, I think. I was just looking before we came on. I think it's just Wayne Bigfoot. Let me just see if I can find it whilst we're here. Wayne _Bigfoot _Woodcraft.
Yeah, I thought it were. I just I have that many passwords and stuff like that going around my head, and I know which is which. I once had an Italian bank account, and that's 5 digits. I can't remember 4 on the English one, so I had to get rid of that because it's no good going to a mini bank and never get any money out because I can't remember 5 digits. Yeah, what you call it. But that's it's Instagram mainly what people can find me on. Or if anybody could see the show and sees a big ugly man pushing somebody around in a wheelchair, that's me.
Well, it's been a pleasure having you on and just chatting with you and finding out more about your making. It's been really interesting and really good to have you on the podcast. So thank you so much for being
thank you very much.
Part of our Maker Monday segment.
It's been great. I can, look forward to meeting you again sometime. But I'll be watching this one, and I'll be watching. I'm actually off on Monday, so I'll be able to actually see when it goes live.
We'll be in Wigan demonstrating woodturning. So
well, I'm in Warrington on Saturday. I'm actually going to visit Axminster at last. So my budget what I blew in second month. I might be blowing next month's budget. Then I'm off around and see friends, and I'm going to take one of my lathes with me. So she wants to do, but she's had years being disabled, so now she's more able-bodied. So I'm going to let her have a little go on lathe and see if she enjoys it. And just make sure I've got my lathe back in my car when I go home.
That's right. Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.
Yes, thank you to Wayne. We actually recorded Wayne's segment on Thursday. So that was pre-recorded because this whole podcast is pre-recorded because when this goes live, we will be at a demo in Wigan.
Indeed. Yes, not too far away. Wigan.
Yeah.
Famous for Wigan Pier and Northern Soul, huge Northern Soul movement. Obviously, some decades ago.
Yeah.
Still a lot of big fans about it, but Wigan Pier was the place to be.
I remember going to a disco in my teens, and it was the first time I'd come across Northern Soul, and there were these guys
busting all the moves.
Yeah, but with these flares, these massive flares. It was quite extraordinary.
But the dancing was pretty, extreme. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. But they did have some moves, and they were very.
Oh yeah, they were all over the place because I think what they used to do was they'd play certain type of music and then change. So everybody kind of got their slot. So there were a few people who used to go and perform a bit. And obviously they got to the Northern Soul segment, and then these guys were like centre of the floor, and people just stood around and watched them, really.
Yeah. Oh, you'd have had your John Travoltas in the mix there, the Northern equivalent. So we're in Wigan.
Yeah.
Demonstrating at a woodturning club.
Yes.
So we're getting there about 6:15 p.m.
Yeah.
And I'll have, which is very kind of them, about an hour to set up.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So, what's been happening?
Well, you were on a podcast on Friday.
Oh, yes.
Recording a podcast.
Yes,
with Ollie.
Yes, a high school headmistress, Holly, who's had a bit of a 6-month sabbatical. But she's got this new venture of doing podcasts and helping to inspire people, and it's people with, great stories and inspirational people, and people that have overcome difficulties in their life. And so she turned up, a really, really lovely girl. Great podcast, and it was about me and how I got to where I am, and where I'm going.
Yeah.
So no, it was cool. It was obviously, it's always an honor and a privilege to be asked to be a guest on something. But no, we had lots of fun. And she travelled from, I think, Buxton Way.
Yeah.
So she'd worked her way up to sort of like an executive headmistress. So she was overseeing a few schools in the Stoke-on-Trent area. So I think she's going to go back into teaching once her sabbatical is over. But very, very good. Enjoyed it immensely. Cool. And like I say, really nice girl, Holly. So thank you, Holly, for having me on your podcast. And like I said, wish you all the success in the world with it. So
we don't know when it's going live yet, but as soon as we do, we'll let you know. And then you can listen, because I've not heard it either. So
no, she's got to obviously
edit it and whatnot.
Produce it and then upload it and air it. So we'll let you know.
Cool. What else have we done? Well, you were in the Yorkshire Post.
Oh yes,
on Tuesday.
Yes, an article about me. Well, it was sort of like a tandem article, because it was about Be My Eyes. But
you were referenced as a user of Be My Eyes.
But they also just mentioned a bit about the wood turning and things.
Yeah.
So you can check that out, Yorkshire Post.
Yeah, that was out on Wednesday. I put a link on the website on the media page, so you can just click on that as well if you wanted to.
Yeah. So yes, thank you very much for that. Bird was his name.
Yes, Bird Love God.
Yes. Bird Love God.
Yeah.
Nice chap.
Yeah.
So we've been busy. Well, you've been busy this weekend, haven't you? Oh, sorry, I've jumped ahead a couple of spaces there. We've discovered a new park locally, just 10 minutes in the car, maybe not even that if the traffic was running smoothly, called Worden Park in Leyland. And it's a lovely big park, and there's a field, and it's just sort of like, well, there's a couple of large fields there. So we've been letting Bamba free run there. And there's another sort of like park that's very big called Curedon Valley Park in this area. But the thing is, there's lots of paths and places for Bamba to just really go off piste, and it's hard enough not being able to see. But when your guide dog sort of like just disappears, and he has bells on his collar when he's free running, and when he just disappears, and you can hear people saying, "Oh, hello! Oh, who are you?" You're thinking, "What's he up to?" So we've discovered a new park. It's got a one of these ride-on steam railways.
Yeah, it's got an ice house, which I thought I'd found, but I'm not entirely sure, because I called something the ice house on my Instagram, but I think that might have been the Folly.
All right.
So I'm not sure. I need to double check. So it's got a house as well, but part of the house burnt down. So it's just the remainder of the house.
So it was, sort of like a country estate for a wealthy family back in the day, and maybe even a farm.
Yeah, but it's got lovely grounds.
Lovely grounds. There's a maze, a walled garden.
There's a massive cedar of Lebanon that is sort of, it's fallen over, so it's wedged, but it's very old. I think it mentions Queen Victoria and something to do with that, so it's quite old. But that's massive. That's sort of behind where the house would have been. There's a walled garden where they have people with disabilities doing gardening.
There's a tea room and cafe, which was nice. They've got seating inside and out. You can get snacks and hot food and drinks. There is also basically, we're giving it a plug here. They've got lovely sort of like toilets and things like that. You know, they're really nice and clean.
Only 20p.
Only 20p. So spend 20 pennies, not spend a penny. Let me think.
I don't mind paying 20p if it's a
clean.
decent toilet.
Yeah.
And it's not one of these horrible places that you go in that's sort of a bit grim. No, I've not been in those, but they're certainly modern and looked after. Yeah, the whole place is looked after.
Yeah. They've got a sort of like a courtyard with old buildings, and you said it was really picturesque and lovely.
Yeah, lots of nice flowers.
And there's some artisans that operate out of these old farm buildings. Around the courtyard, and there is a variety such as
there's the bookbinder Peter. We chatted with him, didn't we?
There's a traditional bookbinder
we went and had a look at his place.
There is an artist. There is a guy that does stained glass. There is John that owns Rumpus in the Park, and he does a lot of stuff with reclaimed and salvaged wood and driftwood, and
things imported from India.
And various eclectic objets d'art. And we had a meeting with him yesterday. And took in some samples of my work, and he's going to have a meeting with his partner, who is also his wife. And if they decide to stock some of my stuff, they'll get in touch. But it's a great little shop. I had a good feel of everything, and they made us feel really welcome and gave us a drink. And so, hopefully,
got lots of lovely things.
Lots of lovely things, and quite a lot of old knickknacks that have been upcycled and salvaged. So it's a great little shop that. So hopefully I can have it as a showcase for some of my stuff. But he sounded really pleased with what he'd seen, and fingers crossed. So that was good. And after that we let Bamba go free run, and he ran straight into the duck pond.
Well, that said no dogs beyond here unless they're on leads.
So Bamba,
and then he just stood in it, didn't he, and didn't move.
So you took a photograph of him. He's up to his shins in a duck pond.
And then he ran off as well. He saw another dog and just sort of ran off to play with them. And this woman kept saying, "Can you call him back?" And we did, and he didn't come, so I had to go and run after him.
But you said he'd found a ball.
He had got a ball, but he was getting very close to the car park, and I was just bothered about him.
He was
carrying on.
His recall with the whistle was fantastic for about half an hour. And then for the last 10 minutes, it was he's gone native on us. So, but he came back. So, it's a lot of fun, and they've got a great dog wash there. So before your dog gets back in the car or you take him home, you can give him a clean in this walled area. So it's got a little.
It's ideal
wall around it, and it feels like it's sort of like a concrete pad with a drain, a nice little hose pipe. And so we took 3 or 4 big towels, so we give him a wash and a good rub dry and everything, so by the time he gets home he's not tramping mud all through the house. So that's really cool.
We like it, don't we?
We like that. And he'd been to the vets as well last week, so just for his annual booster, and no, he did really well. The only thing is when he had his that spray, they squirt up his nose.
He just sort of flinched a bit.
He flinched a bit, but with the injection.
Well, you would if someone squirted something up your nose. I wouldn't like it.
Have all your sinuses fizzing.
Yeah.
So no,
he was very good.
Yeah. He's always good at the vet. So that was that. So
and he yesterday he took a lump out of the lemon meringue pie.
Oh yeah.
Because the fridge door was open and he just went in.
Yeah.
So he was in the naughty corner.
Yeah, he snaffled a bit of lemon meringue pie. So
Yeah.
yeah, he was in the naughty corner. He was in the sin bin for 5 minutes. What else have we... Oh, you've been painting.
Yeah.
The downstairs lavatorium.
Yeah.
And you...
I don't know why I decided to do it, but it needed doing, really. So yeah, I bought some paint. Guess what colour it is? So it's pink and grey. The grey is kind of like a dove grey.
No, it's called washed pebble, you said.
Yeah, but it is like what I'd call dove grey.
Right, okay.
And the pink, it's a nice pink. It's sort of quite deep, but quite bright as well. So I need to do a bit more. My cutting in's not very good, so I just need to go round the edges and just check once it's properly dried that I've covered everywhere. So
yeah, I have to say,
yeah,
if I was sighted, I wouldn't be, wanting to live in a pink house. But because I'm blind, it's a case of
whatever colour you want.
It's a case of who cares. So yeah, pink is not my favourite colour. But yeah,
it's kind of, in a funny way, it's not mine either.
Well, that's strange because you are so drawn to all things pink.
I know, but it's
pink books, pink pens, pink blinds, pink paint. And...
I know I don't know. It's funny.
If anyone knows the scientific reason why Nicola both loathes and loves pink,
I didn't say I loathed it. It's not that I loathe it at all, but yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, if anyone knows why Nicola...
It's sort of... The thing with this house is we started with these blinds, which you can see there. That's pink here. And then it just kind of got added on to. When we bought the sofas, they're pink. But it was just because...
two are pink.
Yeah.
And there's the other one got hints of pink.
Pink and teal and... I think a lot of it is I don't like beige, and I wanted some colour.
Well, because this house was it's only a few years old really, and as is the norm with a new build, every plastered surface is then plastered with magnolia or cream, which is great and very neutral, and you can do a lot with it, but
it needed, I think, as you can see, the walls in here are still, I think it's not actually magnolia, they use cream, but this is what the house is like all the way through, apart from where we've already decorated. But yeah, I think I like colour.
Yeah, colour's great, and it can it can energize you and cheer you up and things. I get the colour thing. It's just, me personally, I wouldn't.
No, if you could see, we wouldn't be having pink everywhere. But we have got teal, and we've got that. What colour's that blue on the stairs?
I can't remember what it was called.
That's like a colonial blue, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I can remember the New England, that colonial look. I think it's a really classy look. So many wonderful homes on the east coast of America. Maine, New England, Connecticut, and all that sort of stuff. It's that beautiful colonial greys and blues with lovely white woodwork and things like that. I think it's a really classy, elegant look. I do like that. So yeah, you've been painting. There's a bit left to do. You've just got a bit of areas
a couple more hours to do on it.
But you'd had enough, and it was tea time, and we needed to record this.
Yeah.
So tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, a couple of people that attended my Axminster Basingstoke demo. Well, it was a gentleman who's severely visually impaired and his wife, and they're visiting friends or relatives.
Somewhere Ashton way, I think.
Up north. So they're they're going to get here for 10 o'clock. Now, we have said that I'm demonstrating. I should really be spending most of the day packing up tomorrow. But rather than say, oh, no, you can't come, and, they live down south and they've come up. So I'm giving them till midday. And then I seriously have to knuckle down and get packed up. And then we'll be on the road then in the evening for the demo. So yeah, they're going to be here. What are the names? Sorry, I forgot.
Chris and Jeff.
Chris and Jeff. So Chris and Jeff, who were at Basingstoke.
Yeah,
he's coming to have a feel of the workshop and things. So that's cool. And then later on this week, we've got a guest.
Yeah, we've got Joe Kirchmer,
known as Joe Makes.
Yeah.
He's been a maker and demonstrator. He's been on the Dremel stand at Maker Central this year. So I'm sure a lot of you are aware of Joe Makes. Originally from the US, now lives in the UK.
Yeah, London, I think.
Yeah. So we've arranged for him to come and spend Bank Holiday weekend with us. So that's going to be lots of fun.
You're going to do lots of filming and stuff, aren't you? And
I don't know about a lot.
Well, you're doing filming anyway.
Yeah, we'll do something.
I believe. Yeah,
we'll do something. I'm planning doing a lot.
Oh, right.
I'm planning on doing some. I mean, a lot sounds a lot. It's Bank Holiday weekend, for Christ's sakes. I was, planning on, having a bit of chat and a chill as well. And
okay.
See, I get all the second-hand news. Oh, yeah, you're doing a lot of filming.
I thought that was what you decided with him.
No, we'll do some filming, of course. Don't waste the opportunity. And we're doing the podcast. The first I'd heard about, you're doing lots of filming.
I mean, I'm exaggerating.
So, no, we'll do something for YouTube, of course. Yeah. And
that's what I meant.
Lots of filming. There's me going, I wanted a bit of downtime and have a chat. I want to pick his brain about America and what it's like. And, because my obsession with getting to America, it's like to talk to someone that comes from America still blows my mind to think that, they've got this amazing country where you can go somewhere and ski, then go to another place and you got sort of like Caribbean beaches and then Pacific beaches and cities that are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And, it's just like, whoa, and like these huge, powerful cars and motorcycles and all the aviation and the horror films. And, it's like, whoa, America. Yeah, huge national parks and forests and, the Grand Canyon and mountains. It's like, it's just amazing that they've got all that.
Yeah, Vermont.
Yeah, New England and things like that.
Yeah,
flipping incredible. So, yeah, it'll be great to pick his brain. What's it really like? Go on, Joe, tell me, what's it really like in the US? I hope he doesn't sort of like say, it's pretty crap, actually. That's why I came here. Don't go. No, so, what else is happening?
Well, that's everything on the list.
That's everything
on the list.
Yeah, it sort of like throws us off kilter a bit when we do these fragmented.
It's
because it's sort of like
the same when there's no chat either.
No, it's not the same, but it's also like it feels like we've done 2 podcasts this week.
Yeah.
And you sort of like, well, we've already talked about this, and it's give us a few more days to let more things evolve.
Yeah.
But it sort of feels weird.
Last time, when Jimmy was on, towards the end, Andy Berkey came on. We've decided that we're going to make gate crashing a regular feature. So what we're going to do is have the maker on. We're then going to talk about our week, and then we're going to open it up to anybody who's on the podcast who wants to gate crash.
For maybe the last 15 minutes, it's not like you come on and then you have an hour or so,
It's just short and sweet. But,
short and sweet, but whoever wants to.
Yeah. If somebody's got something significant that's happening, something they want to announce, or if they just fancy having 5-10 minutes with us, or if they'd like to be on the podcast, but they don't really fancy being on for the Making Monday segment,
Yeah, drop us a yay.
Well, I think we're going to do it. What we'll do is we'll just do it in the chat.
That's what I'm saying. Drop us a line in the chat.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, drop us a line in the chat. We'll fire the link over to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you run the link. And then you'll see a gate crash. So it's first come, first served on the gate crash. If you didn't get on 1 week.
Yeah, but everybody could get on.
Yeah, you just have sort of like everyone pixelated all over. No, first come, first served with the gate crashes. And if you weren't successful, try again next week.
Yeah.
You'll have to be quick. It's like a Be My Eyes call.
Yeah.
If you don't respond within a millisecond, it gets bussed over to somebody else.
You have to be so quick with Be My Eyes. I had one a couple of weeks ago, and I saw it come up on my phone, and I'm like, oh, it's there. And by the time I'd clicked on it, it had gone.
Yeah.
It's I know it's got to be quick, but they kind of don't give you much time.
It could be, it's a blind person needing help.
Yeah.
So, what sort of help do they need? So it has to be answered quick.
Yeah.
So I get why you only get a few seconds to respond, but you were genuinely there and you tapped your phone and
I know. I was sat here, I think, and I saw it come up and I pressed my phone straight away. But yeah, it's gone. I'm always gutted when it's when I can't answer it.
Yeah, I'll ring you tomorrow. Ask you to find something for me.
We haven't got any custard or kidney beans.
No, we haven't.
So, well, what else would you like to talk about?
Hopefully the J. Osmond drumsticks are being shipped
tomorrow,
hopefully. So that
they should be with him. I think it's this coming Friday. What date are we today?
Yeah, I don't know.
We're the 18th today. So 23rd will be Friday. I think that's when they're in the UK.
All right, okay. So
they'll probably be in the UK before then, but I think that's whatever the event is.
Yeah, so hopefully they're getting shipped tomorrow. Actually, while I think on as well, talking to music, big shout out to Charlie. Yeah, Charlie got his results from college, his final year at college, and he's got he's finished his course with a distinction star. So that's the highest grade you can get for that course he was doing, which he's had all the way through, distinction stars.
Yeah.
So, more than enough to get him into uni, but he's not going to uni, doesn't want to. Some of his friends off the course have been accepted. Liverpool, Performing Arts, Milan.
Salford, so I'm going to Salford.
Yeah, but no, Charlie's obviously wants to get into aviation. He's still learning to fly. So, although with the weather being really rubbish, a lot of lessons are being postponed and rescheduled. So he's not getting much in the air time at the minute. But he passed his first exam. So that's communication, or radio telephony as it used to be called. So he got 92% on the written, and he scored very highly on his practical. So he's qualified to talk like a pilot now. So yeah, well done, Charlie.
He can do like that, talk like a pirate day.
Yeah. Yeah. So well done, Charlie's. Smashed it at college and smashed his first aviation exam.
Well.
So yes, he's giving uni a swerve. Entirely up to him.
Well, I think depending on what you want to do with your life. I think with things being as they are, I wouldn't go to uni now.
No.
I think there's so many other routes that you can take where you can get the same qualification but actually be paid at the same time.
Yeah, apprenticeships, on the job training.
There's loads of apprenticeships and different sort of courses that you can do. Getting job experience but get paid as well. Depending. I think things like, I don't know, quantity surveyors or something like that. You can actually do a quantity surveyor course, but do it on the job and get paid a salary.
Yeah.
I think to me that's much more sensible. Yeah, I would definitely do that now. Obviously, it depends. You can't be a doctor and do that, but
no.
I think with certain qualifications,
Mm.
and I think as well the job experience is so valuable. I think it pays dividends to have that sort of experience behind you.
Yeah. So no, I am not upset. Oh well, Charlie's not going to uni. The guy is more than clever enough to do very well at uni and graduate, but he doesn't want to do it. It's not what he wants to do. So that's all you can do is guide your children. But at the end of the day, he's also 18 and an adult now. So it's immensely proud of him, what he's achieved so far, and he's got brains to spare. But it's not for everyone. Uni, he's decided he doesn't want to go. So I'm not going to push him. I'm proud of him no matter what he does. So yeah, there you have it. Yeah, he's carrying on with his part-time job and learning to fly, and yeah.
So, anything else?
I can't think of anything actually. Like I say, it throws me off kilter.
I know. Well, it's like I keep looking at the screen expecting some chat, but there's nobody else on apart from us. There's only us. I haven't really done anything particular this week. We've just sort of been busy with usual stuff, and it was.
Well, we filmed a YouTube video.
Yeah, I filmed a YouTube video
on Wednesday. So Matthew's still editing over in Hong Kong and sending them back.
So you had one went up on Friday, didn't you? You had your carbide tools.
Oh yeah. Quite an interesting response actually. And for those of you that sort of like follow me on sort of like wood turning and things like that, it's quite an interesting response for that. And it's such a simple thing, but those Trend Diamond credit cards are wonderful, and they really do a remarkable job. Very easy to use, and just being able to place it flat on a work surface and then sharpen your carbide cutters on it is great. But also you can use them for sharpening a plethora of other things that need a fine edge on them. So I've got the diamond credit cards and a Trend tapered file, which is really good as well. Because Larry, the fountain pen guy, he was asking what's the best way to sharpen a pocket knife. So there's a few ways. Obviously these Japanese whetstones and oil stones and all that sort of thing. But if we're talking diamond technology, you could use a diamond credit card and put it flat, and then sort of like swipe your blade across at the bevel angle, or you can hold the knife in your hand and present the card in your other hand at the right angle and sharpen it that way with a circular motion along the bevel. The tapered file, you would do it the same way, knife in one hand, file in the other, go along the bevel with a little circular motion. But there's lots of great videos out there that James Barry presents, where he's showing you how to use this diamond technology, and sort of like there's a series of videos where he's with Alan Holtham, who's a very fine woodworker and does a lot of video presentations, and also he does the instructional DVD for Tormek as well, Alan Holtham. So if you want to listen to some good, I'm sure a lot of you have, but James Barry spending some time with Alan Holtham talking about Trend Diamond technology, that's very interesting. I've listened to that, each part, and there's a few parts to it, sharpening in the workshop, in the kitchen, in the garden. It's really interesting. Listen to the whole thing about 4 or 5 times, which I have to get the mental imagery. But so it was a good video, well received so far, and I enjoy doing it. So a mini.
Yeah, well, you said that it's just a simple thing, but I think sometimes with YouTube, if you're trying to do something like if people are trying to sharpen and they don't know how to do it, if you just got a really good simple video That's much better than something that's long-winded and complicated. When I want information, sometimes what you need to know is quite simple, but you just want it quickly. And
well,
so
yeah, I mean,
it's a good thing.
Obviously, with me wanting to explain a project to people, and possibly, you know, a visually impaired audience, you know, my normal wood turning videos are, you know, as long as they are, because I like to describe and talk. But these maker minis, I think, are going to be great, and you know, it's going to be literally just a few minutes of, right, this is how you do this, you know, bippity boppity boop. You know,
that's what we want, bippity boppity boop.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. It takes a few minutes to do this, bippity boppity boop. What's the other one? Bada bing, bada boom. So, yeah, there you go. So, yeah, well, it's been well received. That's some nice comments on that. So, yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, Maker Minis, more to come.
Yeah.
Easy to fill.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of fun. Yeah, concise and precise.
Yeah.
I think someone commented that.
What?
Oh, no. Someone else has said that on something else.
Right.
Concise and precise. Oh, was it a YouTube comment? Flipping heck, I only answered him this morning. It's all on paint fumes. Rant, and it's just emulsion.
Yeah.
Or as the Americans call it, latex paint.
Latex paint?
Yeah.
Well, the pink paint's much better to go on. The grey, I don't know, it kind of looked like it wasn't going on.
Oh, right, okay.
You know, it's sort of, because it took a while to dry. And once it's dried, it looks all right, but the pink was much easier to actually see where it had gone.
Well, you've done the pink wall on the wall that has the sink.
Yeah.
So, you know, that is hard wearing and washable, that wall, that pink. So it's a different formulation to the other walls.
Yeah, oh, that's good.
Cool.
So,
well, you need to have it finished for when Joe gets here.
I know.
Otherwise, he'll walk in there and go, Christ, who did this? Chris. Well, that explains it then. Yeah. So, no, you can only do what you can do until you've had enough, and when you've had enough. It's what we say in the workshop. You know, if you go, right, I've had enough of this, just walk away. Because when your mind's...
I'd reached the point where I needed to do all the... Well, I've done the cutting in, but I need to tidy up bits, and some of the corners I need to get a brush and do it. And I just thought, and I really need to be like at the beginning of my day rather than the end, trying to do that.
Yeah. No, you've done the right thing. As soon as you've lost interest in it, you know, you'll end up rushing and doing a shoddy job. So it's best to just and then, you know, I need
to just paint the ceiling as well.
All right. And then you have the 3/4 hours of tidy up and washing all the brushes and rollers and paint pads. You know, that's always fun. 3/4 of an hour we'll never get back. It's one of those, as you're doing it, you're thinking, kill me now.
I know. Well, painting's not a fun job, really, is it?
No.
It's all right when you start and you put the colour on the wall and you think, oh, that was quite nice. But it rapidly loses the sort of the fun bit. No, I'm not. I'll paint, but it's not my favourite thing. And it's that cutting in. It's, you know, trying to get that straight line. That's the hardest bit. And I want it to be really neat. And you get it looking quite neat. Then you put the next coat on and it all goes pear-shaped. So then you've got to tidy it all up again.
Yeah, well.
I'm not ever going to be a decorator.
No, that's good. No, right.
No.
Yeah.
So, is that everything?
I
can't think of anything else.
No, I think we've got everyone up to speed. So, the week is going to get off to a
busy start.
Yeah, we're entertaining tomorrow for a couple of hours. Then packing up, loading the car, off to Wigan, demonstrating, and then sort of I need to be doing some more turning for myself, YouTube video on Wednesday.
Yeah.
But that's sort of for myself.
Yeah.
And then Joe.
Yeah.
Joe at the weekend. So yeah, that's it, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for watching whilst we're not here.
Yes.
And we'll catch you next week with Joe Kirchmer, Joe Makes.
Yes.
So have a great week.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, please give us the thumbs up. That's really good.
Yeah.
I forget to ask that, but yeah.
And keep on
turning. Keep on turning. Just set your t-shirt up a bit, that's it. No. It's just because there's the name thing.
What's that mean?
Keep on turning.
There you go, everybody. Keep on turning. Yeah. So until the next time, bye.
Bye.